back out to kick this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Detroit's offense ready to take over.
That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
That's to Amon-Ra St. Brown.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you could forget. Not only his first catch, first time they've targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Not
because
at all.
Those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a first down.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Some of y'all too big for your britches. How's about a high five with the good girls and the good guys?
From midfield, here's Mahomes. He's going to walk one deep left side here. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play.
Now a 2nd and 10.
And again, it's Mahomes.
And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away.
And this works out well as it'll kick out of bounds at the 11-yard line.
The Raven offense going to take over late in this first half.
And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
This will go to Henry out wide. Got a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson.
This one brought in by Jefferson.
Able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds.
A gain of 9 yards.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
This 2nd and 4.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
Now it's Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
First down. A gain of 9 yards. First down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Jackson. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. So the completion good for 7 there. And it's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
Here's Jackson to throw.
That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt.
And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. A 1-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter.
And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this 2nd half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be license to take some shots downfield.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Here's Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Henry up the middle.
changes hands. They're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right.
A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
And a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis.
Throw left side, complete to Chase.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
And it's 3rd down.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Now it's Jackson.
That is caught. And he will have a Ravens first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
I like the fact that they didn't overcomplicate things on that call. 3rd and 2. Just run the quick little hitch, which they did. Ball's out of quarterback's hands. And yes, indeed, they pick up the first down.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Back to the ground now. It's Henry. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Myles Garrett showing that athleticism as he gets in to make the play.
With his size, it often takes more than one guy to get him down, but if you can at least slow him up and the reinforcements arrive, you have a chance to get him on the ground, and that they did, that time for a loss.
Jackson from the gun, he'll throw. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the 3rd.
5 yards on the play. And it's 3rd down.
An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Back to throw. Jackson.
He'll try and do this himself.
And I don't think he got there. No. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
It's a gain of 6.
That looked great when he first took off because in my mind, there was room to run and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
So the snap will come from the 3, but remember, they don't need the touchdown. They can get the first down if they get a yard, and the ball gets to the 2. Operating from the gun, Jackson. And in for the Ravens touchdown.
Ja'Marr Chase
From 40 yards out.
And the Ravens take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6.
Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half.
They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. Now Mahomes.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
The struggles finding open receivers continue. I don't know the last time I saw this inconsistent throwing the football.
It would be hard to find a date when he was this inconsistent. You know, in his locker, he keeps the word poise printed on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. He needs to find that poise right now.
He certainly does. In fact, I would suggest he laminate it.
Throwing now is Mahomes.
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it.
No one there to help out downfield, but no problem scrambling for 22 to first.
This is where the NFL's headed year by year, partner. A league where just about everyone has someone under center who can get you with their legs as well as their arm. And we certainly had a nice display of that from both QBs in this game, and that continued with that first down run.
St. Brown motioning left.
On play action, it's Mahomes. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Now help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the 2nd half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
And that one incomplete. They'll try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Lions trailing, but with possession of the football as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. Now Mahomes got to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 42.
They'll start with a give to Henry.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40.
And that play stopped behind the line by a corner. Trent McDuffie getting in there.
Like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage. Jackson now. And that'll be caught by the big tight end, Andrews. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So it's a gain of 12 there on the reception. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Jackson will keep it. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. So call that no gain on the sneak, and now they're still a yard short here on 4th.
Well, that play seemed well scouted defensively. They collapsed everything inside. Nowhere to go on the quarterback sneak. Now that's going to bring up 4th down.
Here's Stout to punt as he boots this one away.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. And Detroit getting set to go now.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
They go play action. Now Mahomes.
To the right side and intercepted.
Hooked up by Jesse Bates. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
They'll take over first and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Inside handoff, Henry. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Second down, they go again with Henry.
And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10.
40 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
In motion goes the tight end. And now Jackson will look to throw it. This one caught by his tight end, Andrews. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal.
Jackson. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Tyreek Hill, a 9-yard touchdown grab.
And the Ravens have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. So an important touchdown right there is now they're really beginning to pull away.
Yeah, this was a tight game until not too long ago. But since then, they've hit the accelerator. And they pushed the lead up to 3 scores here in the fourth quarter. And I don't see them looking back.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away.
Oh, nice move.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Detroit's offense ready to take over. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Here's a 2nd and 3 now from the 33. And Mahomes will do it himself.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Mahomes now to throw. It's complete to Williams. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 32-yard line.
Now a 2nd and 2.
Here's Mahomes to throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 20-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the fourth. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where, as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. He's got it. Nice gain of 8 that time, and it's second and goal.
A gain of 8 brings up second and goal at the 1-yard line.
Mahomes going to throw. Now he's going to step up, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Lions have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that.
Extra point right down the middle, and that cuts the lead to 28-14. So 2 scores down, time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hand team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee.
So it's a win here for the Ravens, and it was just too much Lamar Jackson. He really played well.
Yeah, what struck me was how composed he was in the pocket. The numbers weren't spectacular. He had 2 touchdown passes, that's it. But he led his guys on some important drives when they needed it most, and they're going to come away with the victory.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say so long, everyone, from Ford Field.